Kaya kawa wena yalo. So we welcome with yes yama. God ya kana go keep you do. Fire da. Kapa way go do go by ya para grela. Ara dona para ma America pa do go by ya na para grela. Why do ara dona para grela. So ayu para grela. Ara dona para grela. Never yawa para grela. Ma we kaya wale we banasa no kasaya kapotu para grela. Kadia kaporu so ara dona para grela. Para grela so Kagrebo como na bounce kwa tua Tengrebo yikanga Baida kwa umba Senya no diatiga Grena ka konsu ya no diatiga Grena na boka we Bande boda di ye ya yiko Tonaka wewe kama kwana watangwa Kiwa kanu aluya Kiwa kanu aluya Kwarugera Pawoduwa na kwarugera Kapodo wone maisha kukajeza tuo Yipata do wone maisha kukajeza tuo Depula kawe kamera Greno kono sa katone Sasu ya wokanu kwa sasu kwarugera Aya na no dua Abayimu kwarugera I want to be go kwarugera Ala dona kwarugera Emma we kaba wenu wala kwarugera Ala dona kwarugera So why kaba wenu wala kwarugera Kaba we kaba wenu wala kwarugera Kwarugera Kaba we kwela sala kanyaso Kaba we ya kwela sala kanyaso Paka So what I walk a great walk to the one I walk a great walk. They are for me, walk to open. What do I be again? What do you get about when we begin? What about Sunday? Sunday, we saw. We're not going to pass a dinner. Come on, you will go away. Mama, daddy, we want to come and talk. Daddy, so daddy, we so. I'm having a wife. Mama, mother, so. Let's go, man. Maybe we man. Go away when they were better. Mama, why you are coming with Mama Mary no walk up and walk Tito Palopera I don't know Come where Bonnie not the Palopera I don't know Young wanna gun it wanna come Mama long Mama got a man anyway back there. Why not gonna do the way What a bit of fun we my yet away. Walk away. Let's go away. To the way of quite a good fun we Prepara quiet. What to do? Cover away the water so that Mama, we're going to you know we're going to sorry. Santa said, I don't know when I said they want Yaka would die. We talk about Boy for sorrow, my boy is here, Bisa Pakamupo. I want to get a connoisseur. Young Messer at the world, just at the world. Yabana Sirade. Mere why do the one and so that we are. Mere why you would do one and so that they are. Kanumo yikanga korokera kunui korokera. Medi wai wezi alwe kwa kutua. Ba medi we bito kwe kone kuo. Usoga.
Frankie LV, a wrong step by a leader is a warning to the followers. Our liberator is here. Come on, come all the way.
Iron Lady Records, sweet sound.
Lima guaya ume Congo. La biama ya obore. Congo. Jawa Congo. Congo. Jawa Congo. Say you wa ya. Apple la bia sene ye wa gbayare. Lo fa ye wa gbera. Papa Jawa Congo bonu ile. You know wa ya. Me go ni mai ne you wa tere. Zaba lo ko yi. Ni wa lo wa yi. Apple ma wan ta me wa lo wa yi. Ça dépend. Le chemin. The movement. Corruption la yen pona. Me wo kwa wa iba wo ne ala wo. Ega ye wa wo. Ampani ma no se ga ye wa so. Prende ye pona pone. Kanu gbe wo re. Kanu gbe va gan mo lo mu e. Wọ́n bá yáyá kwa, ètí àwọn kan gbogbo yáyá kwa ẹ̀. Kánú wo bàtà ẹ̀. Kání àmọ́ yìí máa. Ìfọ́gẹ́bọ̀gọ́. Rákìlẹ̀ yìí wọ́n wá dérò. Ọ̀dọ̀ rán lówó kó bọ́ra. Tàbí àná ìwọ̀n àwẹ̀rà. Àpò tí àwọn akọ̀ǹgọ̀ mọ̀ nú ilẹ̀ ẹ̀ bàbá. La bien scène ouais Diable ya potita Something Zota Numbebe ya sia Mi o go magre baba Wa pa yi won ga Wa po wa no senu Eme yi fokole imwe Babo nuile Bongo, Jawa Congo, Idogo aye.
Ìpàlú ẹ̀ka pàṣẹ ẹ̀dọ̀ ẹ̀, Jawa sọ̀nà ṣe òpàlú ẹ̀ka ẹ̀. Jawa Congo, ìpàlú ẹ̀ka ò, pàlú ẹ̀ka ẹ̀ pàṣẹ ẹ̀dọ̀ kẹwẹ́. Jawa Congo lẹ́nu báyó ẹ̀. Zuzule, Zuzugbe fie àbí ẹkún ẹ̀. Ẹ̀ tí àwọn Congo inú rẹ̀ wẹ̀. Làbí àná mi pàgé nù ẹ̀ yẹ. Ìyàwó ẹ̀. Jawa Congo, bàbá wẹ̀ kò yẹn lẹ́gbẹ̀ẹ́ o ẹ̀. Ní kò sẹ́dọ̀ mi ní kò wẹ̀ àká o. Pàlú àká lẹ́gbàá sẹ́wẹ̀ pẹ̀kẹ́ o ẹ̀.
One if you
Adunfoka yanyini, biamini yerema. Anye kolu yanyini, kolu yedi. Adunfoka yanyini, biamini yerema. Anye kolu yanyini, kolu yedi.
Let me welcome all of you guys to the Magnificent Abraka Talk Show. At this time, I don't have a copyright to those music that I'm playing. And so I don't have a copyright to this music that I'm playing. Let me recognize a few individuals here. Let me recognize my friend and brother, Lawrence Fowler. Mamadi Kruma, I welcome. Crawford Samuel, welcome. Elizabeth Jordan, welcome to the Magnificent Abraka Talk Show. Emilia P, welcome, my friend and sister. Agoda Thomas, welcome, my sister. One good thing that you have to do for me when you come on the show, make sure you share the show. Mo, welcome. Viera Hands, welcome, my sister. Bay Noah, welcome. Please, wherever you're watching us from, please indicate your location so that we can be able to know where our audience are. Zawu Johnson, my sister, welcome. Mohammed Swa, welcome, my friend. Remnants, welcome. The funny thing about it is that I am a Madingo man. I am a born Madingo brother. I was born by a Madingo and a pellet. My mom was a pellet and my dad was a Madingo. But for each time I appeared on this show, then because I am from Nima, so the Nimbalian music always sound sweet in my ears. And that is the reason why, I just saw my brother Mohammed comments. He said, my brother, please play some Madingo music too. Yeah. Yeah, because but it's a good thing. It's a good thing that I came to like other people's music instead of my own. That shows
how transparent and how I am. But let go now to the issues. Let me bring um my friend and brother on. How you doing, Jose?
Abi, I'm doing good. Thank God for life. Uh, at least we are here to again, speak what's on our mind and talk about Liberia again.
Yeah, and let me make this clear. If you are in the audience and you want to join us, make it new, then I will send you guys the link. If you are in the audience and you want to join us, make it new, and I will be able to send you the link. If you are in the audience and you want to join us, make it new now so that I can be able to send you guys the link. At least we need a female. I need a
Yeah,
female
yeah,
that
yeah.
I think so. But let me start the ball rolling by me playing you some clips.
I want to talk about it. You all heard my answer. I shouldn't talk. I want to talk sweet thing, but my lawyer said.
Just talk a little bit.
No. Not talk a little bit. I'm sorry, you're already put. Garbage in.
How's it?
Garbage in, garbage out.
Where are you heading now? Back to prison or where?
Follow me.
What do you mean, garbage in, garbage out? What do you mean by garbage in, garbage
My
out?
lawyer said I shouldn't talk.
So
Get it zero.
No, getting really serious.
Mm.
Getting really serious. Let me play you this.
Now, I went there because there was a vacancy.
You promoting it what all?
Yeah, promoting.
You promoting it. Please put it down. You promoting it.
Please hold it. As usual, I hope when you get my age, my mom said
The
I'm
shoes
not
are
throwing
elegant.
nothing. If I throw myself, I'm going to throw it for something good. So I hope that when y'all get my age, it will show that y'all threw yourself and wait for something good. I'm saying that time there was a vacancy, and among all the other people who they wanted to put, I knew for 24 years that Justice Wisse was the best. So I went.
What is your name? This is Jonathan.
Okay,
welcome to the media. What is it you portray?
I joined the revolution when I was 15 years when they came on my papa.
So you knew Senator Johnson?
Oh yeah, very good. The Simoners, chat with them. And this is Johnson, and the chat Taylor, and the Coban. They are more than a minute. I know all of them. For 15 years, when I lost my people, when I joined the revolution.
You want to come closer to me?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay, so you 15 years when you joined the revolution?
Yeah, 15 years.
Okay,
when I lost my people, I joined the revolution.
So where did you meet Senator Johnson?
I met Senator Johnson. Now, really, I was born 1984. When I was born 1984, and I joined the revolution in 1997.
Then you met Senator Johnson?
Yeah, almost. Senator Johnson almost gone to Nigeria. After the marriage of between Charles Taylor. And I know more.
What kind of person Senator Johnson was?
Oh, Senator Johnson was a great man. And I know in Nibakane today, Nibakane never worry. I will represent him. Because I know. And tomorrow when the ball plays, tomorrow I will love for him. What is to do? Tomorrow lost. Before the cast tomorrow, you see me lost. Tomorrow was a big Raul. Yeah.
That's very good. So that's it. We in the whole time of Senator Johnson. What is your name, sir?
Hello, sir.
Thank you. What is your name?
I'm Frankie Livingstone.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let me tell my friend and brother who just asked for the link. I just posted the link into the comment sections. So go to the link. I've been pinned it so you can be able to get it.
Happy day, the president didn't give me an annual message. Cloud, we are saying, are having party to Jamaica. I want to see all the party with me, including the national chair. We went to Jamaica. The thing I'm telling you, that one saw dream is a dummy at the 2 hour were in a play. I drank that one saw dream for 2 hours. They can't finish. That one saw dream I drink for 2 hours. I was confused. We entered Jamaica. The president sitting answer with his wife and Piso. I go in, they lay all over Mange sitting down. He put a table, the table that was under the pantry that I play in one side. And to a web, all of people men sitting down with him. So I wanted to go speak to the president first. I waved to him, but I was going directly to the president. By the time I waved to him, he hold one chair, second sit down. I said, Chief, let me speak to the chief. I come here now. He said, when you go and see Jesus, you see Maga in your Maga, what do you do? Can't say yes, I'm here too. I said, can't yeah. We're calling you. I can't say that. I said, the way in my heart. I said, the way they call 2 people calling me like that. Let me go sit down. Mange sitting down here, he put my chair right here. I sat down. The next person to me that was finance minister Samia Tue. Right now the government running at 3 people run the government. They didn't want to tell the president what to do. Javasin Koji, Samia Tue, and Nathaniel Mange. He came for a chair, sitting down between 2 of them. He said, what happened to Gongande? So your Dagbana took the title that's going to be to the president and gave it to the vice president. Maybe Ko and the vice president want to overthrow our government. We will revenge. He strolled through a film as a domia. The loafer pager that the pager came for. He said, you see here? This is evident. And she told the boy in loafer she want to be president. I stick between. I said, yeah, Mange, yeah, 2. I said, now between 2 of them. Mose, the labor, they call Mose, who they appointed an ambassador, and I come go replay. I said, Jassy. He said, now behind me. My folk can move, it can't come. I ever tracing trial? Samuel twice said, we will revenge to the letter. He said, God, I bless you. You work for all of us to be employed. 2, you stand you in the middle. If you are coming to be left and right, you are going to be the first to take the heat. He said, what bad government? You don't think they finish executing all of you? Mange said, don't talk about execution. We're moving everybody. For me to and say, where everybody man live heavy. I say, I ain't want to shake in the chair. Eh? Why 2 people want to overthrow our government? They know how we suffer before we came to the point that the city will never want to take out to be for Lily. I said that man blasted Mr. Domia stick in between those 2 chairs. They saw drink they gave me. Chef, the 2 hour in Jamaica I drank, I saw drink for 2 hours. They can't finish. Now real drinking said. In a 10 bedtime, my boy want to drink it. The president sitting now on the table looking at all jelly, the table. The 2 people plastic. Hello, Jefferson Koji. Jefferson Koji stood right in front of me. He said, no, he said, the superintendent, there is some degree of mercy. And we explain that into detail to you. He's standing here, he was not saying he was standing in front of me. Mange said, we'll never take that nonsense. How do you want to overthrow our government for? Eh? I said, Mr. Domia, I was just looking for a way so I would get from between our 2 chairs and jump by us and leave the whole program. The president sitting down looking at me, tell her the table and the table that had the table was closer. I said, they talk. Why they want to overthrow our government are very weak.
George Weah. What do you really do for George Weah? That we don't know. Carrasco, I want you to say that. If there's something that you're hiding, because in politics now, the president is different because you're not president at the time. We have learned the presidency that get involved in all kind of racial things, racial sacrifices and demonic things. What you and George we are doing that we didn't do, because I was in the bathroom. We talk about butt naked. And Eugene Nambe will go outside and say, oh, George, we are sleeping with Magalo in the bathroom now. He having Magalo because we're here. They can't wait for us to go outside so they can do their homosexual business. But it was not true. George, we and myself were laying, we need to be in the bathroom 2 hours butt naked. Our back out, they were hacking. So what are you doing different? Because I didn't get him blow jaw or bend over or whatsoever. What did you really do? that making you so popular and make you so popular and so big. We're looking at you the last time insulting Unity Party. That Unity Party ain't get a place to stay. You're raising funds. Who are you? You're putting your mouth in the government and cursing people. What did he really do, Carrasco? What did he really do for George Weah that we didn't do? But because I know you and Finabondo, y'all live on talisman. Y'all live on talisman. Carrasco, you and Finabondo, y'all go to the dark world for y'all to be around George Weah. If not, I don't know, because none of us saw George Weah dig. None of us been over to George Weah. So I want to find out from you, Carrasco. You have made so much remarks, and you try to denigrate us.
We left from here, we're going to the Moravia Central Prison. How can a move and object in motion be obstructing traffic? But because when they hear the name CDC, you know the president said that he will erase CDC. He said that.
Who's the president? President
Boakai. It's on record that he will erase the CDC before 2029. And want to say to him to erase the CDC, meaning you'll be erasing the entire UP. We're not sit here and allow ourselves to be slaughtered. So the cow.
What will be done?
What will be done? The CDC will protect ourselves. This place to eat will be here beyond 2029. We know the game that the regime is playing. They will not use them stuff. Then they can't face us.
How up to June 10th?
No, we remain here beyond 2029. I'm saying to you today, the CDC will remain at this premise beyond 2029. Yeah, you will cover most of the stories.
Is it through legal means? Are you fighting
the scene where no, the CDC have been here for more than 20 years.
By resistance?
No, we have been cooperating with the properties owner. The CDC is not the UP who was thrown out because they refused to pay rent. We have been responsible and living here.
They don't want to invite me.
Are you willing to attend?
So I will go there.
On June says the police RG updated Liberian people on the case and said the first attempt to burn the Capitol building was staged on November 8th, where Tom Edry and John Yanti attempted to ignite fire on the second floor. But why didn't the police arrest them at that time?
So the question go to Gregory, Joseph Walker, police director. The question go to him. No, they think about running out of few people. It will not work. People do not have case. The case will get a Joseph Walker, the Joseph Minister, and the director of police plan to bring the Capitol building, and they bring the Capitol building. But before bringing the Capitol building, they took the junta speaker and took off a chair from them. All those chairs they were using, those chairs they didn't get burned. When the Capitol building got burned.
You could be a good person who could help even the defendants that you might be supporting in terms of providing evidence. Are you willing to share pieces of evidence with the media?
No, I will not share with you until the court send for me. You're not court. You're working with spoon. They must give you my evidence.
So why is the police station today concerning your vehicle?
Look, my counselor have advised that will put the regime police on notice. So my office of general communication are coming to sign right here to take it to them. I seen them on the status of my case and waiting to go to court.
So why not you summon up? Because you announced
the police are regime police.
It seems that you are police.
You saw me coming with security here? Is it police? You saw me coming with security here? And I just scared Joseph Walker, Johnny Doe, Joseph Walker, that police have been scared of. I'm speaking to President Walker. Reckless, irresponsible President Walker.
Your colleague will expel you.
Oh, my man, I'll tell them about the room. You see me dignified that place? That we're not in the interest of the people?
What about many of the supporters have issue with your posted assault on the presidency?
Oh, but they don't have issue yesterday, but they got issue today. Tell them, say to hell with them, they are not my followers. If you want to.
And the question here. Everything is stupid. Nobody. And the question here. Everything is stupid. Nobody is stupid. I'm expressing such anger on the basis of the nonsense happening on Capitol building. And the question. But those who burn the building are the 1 year. Why you say so? I guess why I say so because Oh, my man, the government got evidences. The boy from how you call him, the now office that went to the police out of expensive. Yeah, you know, that generally a part of the story. I'm not really angry. I got some people who not reach me, and I'm not angry. The government is going on a track. You arresting party chairman, putting him to pick up on, running behind people. This is not good for all of us. Whether you are a United Partisan, you are a sedition, you from ANC, you from Liberty Party, this is not good for our democracy. You cannot come to silence our voices, and we will not get silent. We will constructively engage the process. We need to stop this. And even you, the media, you need to be saying truth to power now. Yesterday, during Georgia government, you were all in the corner showing everything. You were flagging everything here yesterday. Is that an attack on the media? Well, that's not an attack. I'm informing the media of their responsibility. And we have been in reporting our story. Yeah, we know about you. Reporting fairness about your is that a question? No, but we know our role. You don't need to remind us about so I'm telling you that forget now. So you don't need to tell us. So I'm telling you, you need to make sure I'm not taking anything back. I'm telling you what you're supposed to do. But we don't need to tell us. We don't need to tell us. Let's go back now to
Police was lost in the country and I'm moving forward. You say what? Police was lost in the country and I'm moving forward. How police lost? We'll go to the house one by one. We'll cover our children. How will you cover? There's no law in this country again. Mr. Parker has honored man the justice system of our country. So there's no law in the country. Mr. Parker feel that he have reckless in heart to control our country and make our country look irresponsible. So we are saying it without fear of taking. Do you have the capacity to go for police? Him was lost. Who him? What do you have in your possession? What do you have in your possession to call a police officer? You don't even know what I have in my possession. Him was lost. We will make sure him was lost in this country. They are on record. The police are watching you. They will come after you. Gregor Koma, I live around Gregor Koma. Gregor Koma was lost in the country. Him was lost. I will go for Gregor Koma. Gregor Koma is highly protected with about 6 armed men. How will you go for him? The same way. Fanatic Koma was protected. Fanatic Koma was protected with armed men. They go for Fanatic Koma. The same way. We will go for them. Him being lost in this country. Police officer was lost in the country. Take me on record. Liberia is a law-abiding country now. Liberia will turn into Africa Coast. Are you threatening the police? Mr. Baka will be here. What capacity do you have? Are you threatening the police? Why are you angry? What capacity do you have? I'm angry because Mr. Baka has respected the constitution of our country. What means? Mr. Baka, some people rule, and Mr. Baka saying you do business or whosoever. Are you we're not supposed to put camera on the mayor. We're not supposed to do it. We're not supposed to do it. We're not supposed to do it. Mr. Baka, the first person to give the final verdict of the capital building fire. So Mr. Baka, you don't know Mr. Baka called the minority black hooligans. You don't know what is substantial evidence that Mr. Baka had. Mr. Baka had. I'm saying it. Police were lost. I repeat, police were lost. If there's a threat, I made a threat. Police were lost. Police were lost. Mr. Baka should be one. Tomorrow will be here. Why the police? Why you don't want to be police? Tomorrow.
We are coming live to you from the CDC party headquarters where
cell where maggots are on the floor and our people will be laying down on the floor tonight. Those political prisoners, we can assure Joseph Boyka that in 24 hours he will hear from us. Not the President Boyka will hear from us, but the war will hear from us. I can guarantee you, I told you I was going to be here today. I'm here today. I said if the police provoke a situation and want to arrest us, we are willing to put our hands up and get arrested. Fortunately today I must admit that they stay across to their position. We stay across, they didn't create the scene of provocation or tear gas. Probably they were advised. So we speak to supporters, we disembark appropriately. Again, the media will hear from us, and you will hear from us.
Fellow Liberians,
You know, this is not American. So, fellow Liberians, we are. Fellow Liberians, this is Begubet time. Everybody get their time. That Begubet time, yeah. Begubet will eat a second thing. Joseph Boga get future. When you want to run 2029, you can run. Yeah. By that time, you'll be 90 years old.
Thank you.
You won't be in wheelchair or wheelbarrow like a business. Oh, no, like a time, yeah. You not leg it. You leg it. Jago Lantern. Thank you very much. We'll be at the headquarters shortly. Thank you. God bless you. Vote for John Manor. We are on.
Vote for the man and the woman. Don't vote for the man and the man.
The fine woman and the fine man.
Woman and the fine man. Vote for the man and the woman. Yeah. Don't vote for the man and the man.
Don't vote for the sleeper.
Don't vote for the old man.
Don't vote for the Himo Pasero. Thank you very much. We're not getting no Himo Pie in the country.
I want to talk about it. You all heard my answer. I should talk. I want to talk sweet thing about my lawyer. But just talk a little bit. No. Not talk a little bit. I'm sorry, you're already put. Garbage in.
How's it?
Garbage in, garbage out.
Where are you heading now? Back to prison or where?
Follow me.
What do you mean, garbage in, garbage out? What do you mean by garbage in, garbage out?
So I want to play a clip. I want to play a clip that really get me irritated. I really want to play a clip, and I want to address that clip. Then we can be able to start the show.
Zorizo suffered some medical complications and was rushed at a JFK. These political health practitioners that you see here, you see what they have done? They came outside, they identified Zolizo as being somebody of the CDC. They decided to say deliberately that they don't have any bet. And you know the issue about these complicated like stroke, if you don't attend to it too fast, it will cause a lot of damage as fast as. So that's why you see when they say anybody who has a problem with stroke or whatever it is, please just rush the person quick to hospital so that they can attend to it fast. These medical people knowing exactly what it is, and no doctors, the nurses that are there, they are terrible set of people. They killed the man, and that is why it is. You see, when we are saying these things, people don't get it.
Abraham, the first thing first I want to say to you, I am constrained for me to be able to respond to you at this time. You know, the issue of Zolizo was sick. And your decisions, the solution could not be able to afford Zolizo medical bill. When Zolizo was held at the last minute of time, they called men and women in the U.S. for them to be able to contribute because you neglected Zolizo. And then you come with your flashing mouth, your stinking mouth, and you come here to say that Zolizo was killed by these nurses and and our doctors. I'm just sad. There is one good thing that I will tell you. Under no conditions that our doctors, our nurses are involved into politics. Our doctors and our nurses, they are no way involved into our Liberian politics. It was the CDC. It was the CDC who came to power, wanted for our doctors and our nurses not to be involved. When Zolizo was ill, Zolizo need to call him, ask his daughter. How I managed to know that Zolizo have a daughter? How I managed to know? How I managed to know that Zolizo, the daughter went to Zolizo, and I will not be able to call the person in here. The daughter called the persons and said, my father is dying. I want you guys to be able to help him. That the CDC have neglected my dad. You come here with your flashy mouth, your toothless mouth. You come here to come here spreading garbage. You think that we are not informed of the thing that you guys are cognizant of doing? CDC is a very bad political party. CDC is a very bad political party that don't know how to manage their followers and their members. Let me play the clip for you.
Zolizo suffered some medical complications and was rushed at a JFK.
You lying to yourself. You said Zolizo suffered for some medical complication. Why you can call the sickness that was doing Zolizo? Why you can call the sickness that was doing Zolizo? My friend and brother, welcome to the show.
Thank you, Ebi.
Yeah, what is? Let me get the opening statement, and then from that, we'll dive into the issues.
Welcome to the viewers again. We are back on here. Again, your Homo 7 Zeze, on set with my brother AB. I'm just here for us to discuss what's important for Liberia to move forward, uh, the training issues, all of the great news that's coming out of Liberia, the politics, and everything Liberia. So there's no topic out of limits. And if you want me to chime into what you were just blasting,
You can be able to chime into it. Yeah.
Okay, Abby. So, you know, when we make decisions, we have to live by the consequences. The Abby Wayon guy that you just play his clip. I watched that fellow for over the years, Abby. From the day that Georgia gave that guy, put that guy on a UN trip where he went and slept on the dirty floor in Morocco just because he wanted to travel to the UN General Assembly. From that day, that guy became a puppet to Georgia, and he just started to spew out garbage. The first thing, where was Zolizo, or what happened to Zolizo, and how long did it take him to get to the hospital? Like you said, why he didn't discuss what killed Zolizo or what was the medical problem, and trying to blame the nurses at JFK, trying to turn it into a political thing. Those are people who the JFK staff or the hierarchy of JFK is supposed to sue that man for defamation, because he don't have no facts to blame the nurses or the doctors at JFK that because they are political, that's why Zulizo died. What is this evidence? These are the same people that are saying that, oh, the cabinet building people, there's no evidence and this and that, but you accusing people without any evidence. So for me, I don't give people like that credence, who doesn't even know his own law school he went to. He can't pass by exam, and that's the man that spew out
The
garbage.
man have
He
taken
won't
it
be
by
taken serious.
exam 6 different times.
Maybe I
6
don't
different times.
look. Those he's somebody who, like, he think that when he sit on the radio and spew out all this garbage would make seditious to take out Joseph Boaga from power. You don't have no power. Like, you can preach your radio Kigali all you want, but nobody take you seriously, because everybody know who he is now. He's in the toilet. He's not a journalist. He's just a puppet follower of George Weah. That's all he is. So I don't really pay people like that any relevance at all.
Yeah, today I saw a different trend. I saw a different trend. Let me play you guys some of the clip and comparing the two clips, what our audience see.
I'm happy. I'm okay. So you can get that from my lawyer.
Are you prepared to prove you're innocent now at the criminal court A?
The lawyer will tell you all that. Right? So the lawyer will speak to you all that.
So let's talk to Councilor Chinito Masakwe.
No, I'm not disappointed, not at all. That's a procedure, right? So the essence or the purpose of preliminary hearing is to establish probable cause.
But
right?
deep down into your hand, do you think they could establish probable cause in connection to the charges against your client?
Well, the matter has just begun, right? So the matter has just begun. So this court has limited jurisdiction, right? It is limited to preliminary hearing. So in the court wisdom, right, say they have established probable cause. Well, they have been transferred. You go to criminal court that has authority to adjudicate this matter, right? And then we go to the matter, and they got to prove the matter there.
Do you think the state have sufficient evidence to win your client?
I don't think so. They don't.
So why didn't happen? Why didn't happen here, Councilor?
Have been transferred to criminal court A. They are now going for a possible indictment. Are you not troubled by that?
I'm not troubled at all. The indictment is just an allegation, right? Just statement of allegation, right? And with that statement of allegation, the defendant are presumed innocent until the contrary proof. 1, 2, they have the burden of proof. The state has to prove beyond a reasonable doubt, in establishing this matter. So the indictment does not amount to conviction.
How does it feel now? You have some better
We feel good. We have begun a process that should not be, but we have to go through it. So this is our first step in the journey to vindicate ourselves, and we welcome it.
Do you see the process? How do you see the process? Is the process fair? Is the process fair?
Motivation. Your supporters have been commenting that this process is politically motivated by the regime.
No, but did you hear the press conference of Gregory Coleman, the IG? He did say...
I won't talk, but I want to sweet thing, but my lawyer said...
Just talk a little bit.
No. Not talk a little bit. I'm sorry, you're already put. Garbage in.
How's it?
Garbage in, garbage out.
Where are you heading now? Back to prison or where?
Follow me.
What do you mean, garbage in, garbage out? What do you mean by garbage in, garbage out?
So what you make of this?
Abi, the water getting hot.
Is the fire you sweat over?
Yeah, the water getting hot. Let me tell you something. You know, when the seditious, gather around them, they get that pompous and think that what they are in right now is a joke. But deep down in Fonati Kofa and those guys, look, the body language can tell you a lot of things without somebody talking. You see right now, nobody talking but their lawyer, right? That's to tell you that the case, when you get to criminal code A, let me tell you, AB, the government has subpoena power. The government and the international partners were able to go point by point. Right here when they ready to catch criminals, where you were and make the call, they connected to the cell tower, right? and then they get audio, they get text messages, and WhatsApp messages, and all these different things, all of the communication between these guys.
As a land, a fanatic comfort now is requesting now for separate trial.
Thank you. I'll get into that. That's to tell you that it's the rubber now is coming to meet the road, because if you see Funati Cover don't want to be in a trial with the three guys, because if you get trial together, any verdict that come is going to be on all of you guys. So if you see Funati, who is a lawyer, pleading for a separate trial, that tells you that he's trying to cut a deal. You know, there's something, AB, like in boxing. Everybody can be coming with the go for weighing. Everybody like acting like tough man, right? But when somebody get punched in the mouth, what happened? They- you,
Then the real fighting starts.
then you gotta know you gotta know that the fight now start now. So that the play reaching now. So for Kofa to be contemplating on getting separate trial, that tells you that there's a lot there that the government get on these guys, that the common person sees from the face value, but what is discussed in the code, and the prosecutors are handling that case. My
Hello?
man, it's not easy on the minute, yeah.
Hello?
Let me just talk it in a Liberian way.
But the thing here is he has a right to a separate trial. So whether you have a separate trial or a joint trial,
But
as lo-
what is it that he had a right to separate trial? But what is it that he did not make that new before they
yeah,
put it
but
out to
yeah,
transfer
let
the
me
case
say
to
this that AB,
Hmm.
whether he has separate trial or joint trial, the evidence that they have against him, the charges levied against him, is still they still stand, and it is upon the government to prove their case beyond reasonable doubt and pass through the prosecutory process to find him guilty. So it will not change anything when he is separately tried in court. So it will not drop the charges. It will not change anything.
No, but you know that if you go in individually, there's a deal that you can go with the
but
prosecutor.
why is
You
it
can do
that
that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's you. Yeah,
my question here is that you saw that lady, how they call her,
Bro.
no,
Boo.
no, the lady, the
Oh, Priscilla
representative from
Cooper. Priscilla
Oh,
Cooper.
yeah.
Priscilla
She
Cooper,
from the beginning she took a
from the
separate trial.
beginning, from the beginning,
Yeah.
from the
So
beginning, Priscilla Cooper said that me by one separate trial. She
so
told George Cano, but my question is that why that Franti need to wait until the lab need to time before he requesting for separate trial? Don't you think it's late?
so the only thing here is the only deal that he will want to cut with the prosecutory arm is plea bargain on some charges.
And be a still
Uh,
with it.
I mean, like plea bargain wherein there will be some charges that he will agree to committing to reduce his sentences and not to prolong the case. However, if he does not accept plea bargain, because it is his constitutional right
Hmm.
to go through trial and say, I don't want any plea deal. I want to go through the process. However, if those charges levied against him and he look at them and think that maybe he cannot fight the case, then that's when his lawyer, the defense counsel, can go to the prosecutor and the body, and the both of them can sign a plea deal. Maybe they could reduce some charges or some punishment and so forth. But it is upon the judge to seal that plea deal to make sure that the offender right are observed and the offender is in agreement with that. So that's the only deal that he can get into the into with the prosecutor
AB,
Yes.
the the common person, like I was telling you yesterday, the common person believe that, oh, when they say arson, it just means that, oh, for not to cover now to the capital, the lawmaker then went into the capital to light the fire. But what they forget to know is there are a series of charges that carry, sentences attached to them. Conspiracy,
Very good.
conspiracy,
Facili- Facilitation.
facilitation, and I don't know the other
Cri-
two.
cri- criminal contempt.
Uh-huh.
So
So
all those things.
all those things will be the evidence will show one of those things. The guys who actually did the act of setting the fire, they got their charges. They were part of the planning and they executed. Those who were part of the planning and facilitated the action, they're gonna face the same justice, and that's where you see Fonatina trying to take himself from among the pile because text messages or voice messages different discussion chat rooms, all those things they got evidence on all those things. So doing the discovery process, when they start giving you all of the things that the prosecutor got, it's not looking good. It's not looking good.
Maybe you are muted.
You there?
Do you guys know that the guy that was crying wolf that the government wanted to bribe, he was 200,000. Do you know that the guy went to in Ghana? Do you guys know that that guy is a diplomat?
Okay.
But AB,
That
remember
guy,
on the
that guy has a recording on that fellow. That guy has a recording on that fellow. When he was confessing everything.
so AB, remember on the show one time when I came on, I told
Yeah,
you that the government will use that guy as a witness. The guy who turned I don't know what's his name, Yanti or whosoever over.
yeah,
Yeah.
Yanti.
That guy who turned
Edward.
yeah, that guy who turned him over, the government will use him as a witness. So the thing here is, one, you should understand that when government suspect you of something, it means they have done their due diligence. They have gathered evidence substantial enough to prosecute you. So all that uh tactics he playing, like government bribing with this and so forth, it is upon him to prove it. If he cannot prove it in court, the court cannot honor such. So all these things, those guys are very saying, cheering for fanatical fact that he did not go to jail. It does not vindicate him from the crime, allegedly
Mm.
put on him. So all these things, they are just doing it to appease themselves and the party they from. The thing here is that we should do away with this, protection of criminals or alleged criminals.
But
Let
your
people
criminal,
go to.
we as Liberian, we are getting used to something. When a guy is a criminal, then we go overnight, then we say, no, no, the guy I'm a criminal. The guy,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah,
but
yeah,
he's our criminal.
yeah, he's no, no, no. Some of them came here to say he is our criminal. If
That's
the
what I'm
guy is
saying.
from our child, he is our criminal.
Yeah,
So
it's
so
yeah.
so 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 that other people did it. So why the president cannot have a partner on him? That has to stop.
So it has to stop because the thing here is that's the only way deterrence will take place. Imagine you have a home, right? And then somebody keeps stealing in the house. And fortunately, somebody was accused that this person is the one stealing. So if you don't take action on that person, it will leave room for others to do the same. So until you take action, you punish someone for wrongdoing, the culture of impunity will continue to continue in Liberia, and there will be no stop to it. Somebody should pay for a crime committed. We cannot run a society wherein because this person belongs to the Kisi tribe, So if this person corrupts the system or steals, we the Kisi people should put together and defend that person. No. Or this person belongs to this other tribe, we should defend that person. We should defend Liberia. Because if anything goes wrong in Liberia, it will affect all Liberians. The civil war that was fought, it did not only affect the tribes that were involved, it affected all tribes. So we should be able to at least show that example to someone who has committed crime. The common man who steals, if he can be punished, it should also be equivalent to the man who's in office that people are looking up to. When he does anything wrong, he should be punished. It shouldn't be like because this man is in her position, so we should protect him, and the other man who is not holding any position, we should prosecute him. This is where justice comes in, and justice becomes blind. Justice sees no who, justice sees what. So if you want to allow justice to see who, then justice becomes unfair because justice will be seeing the president. If the president does wrong, justice will say, no, we'll protect this president. If the officials do wrong, justice will say, we'll punish the official. That's not justice. Justice sees what has been done, and we must correct it. That's justice. So sedition should do away with the fact that you know always protecting criminals or Unity Party protecting criminals or ANC. We should not be protecting criminals. Somebody who is alleged and accused of committing crime should pass through the justice system. If that person is not found guilty, then they can be acquitted. But when they are found guilty, they should serve their sentence. There are so many ways you can sentence people by probation, by house arrest, so many ways.
Lawrence, I want to ask you. You saw the first time when those four lawmakers appeared. They were talking tapa
Mm.
tap. They were talking.
Papa Intaja Tonatan.
They were talking, and they really talk.
Ebi.
Now, the men that went to the criminal court today, which will be yesterday, like bringing people time.
Yeah.
The man said, my lawyer said I should not talk. I want us to sit him, but my lawyer said I should not talk.
But you listen to,
What you think are happening?
but
Ebi.
you listen. I come in, say, you listen to the sentence that the guy made. The guy said, "This is the beginning of the process, and we'll go through this process to vindicate ourselves." I'm not quoting him directly, but he spoke in that context. So to tell you or to tell those who are cheering for him that he is not vindicated. So he is saying to you, this is the beginning of the process. So when we go through the process, we will vindicate ourselves. So it's a Paul now going through that process to see whether you can vindicate yourself, whether you can fight those charges. So that's how it is. So the thing of people celebrating this man did not go to jail or he did not sleep in jail and so forth, it makes, I mean, it's not in the context of the prosecution. The prosecution does not see whether this man has given bail to to freely be going to trial and be coming out of trial. It does not in any way speak to the fact that this man did not commit a crime or he committed a crime. And it does not in any way stop the prosecution to go on.
Ebi.
So yeah.
Yeah, bro.
You see, from the onset of this stuff, when they arrested those guys on that Friday, right?
Mm-hmm.
Musa Bedede of all people, who always say he's standing for the rule of law. When Musa Bedede went to the police station, he, McGill, and even the Marvin Cole, who was released, and Musa Bedede came from over there. Have you ever heard Musa Bedede trying to go protest for these guys or to say they holding their gun for wrong thing? Have you ever heard McGill talking about the government is witch hunting these guys? Look, these guys, what they call wrong timing is what they find themselves in now. Honor Joseph Boakai, you don't take chances because that chances that you took will be the ultimate end of your career, or you
Okay.
find yourself behind bar. That's what these guys are facing. They took the wrong time to commit this kind of heinous crime, and the man who's at the helm of power is
especially
bent on correcting all of the ills in the Liberian society. And they are, look, they in high places. Oh, I can tell them about it.
especially we fought 14 years. Civil
Yeah.
war. The rebel entered in Moravia. The rebel did not go to capital building to go to damage the capital
To
building
burn
like
that
that.
Capitol building.
Well, all
Then
the
We
RPD they used
had
to be passing
yeah
April 6th on Camp
we
Johnson Road there.
we
RPD them
had
flying.
we had World War II, World War III. The rebels or the government at the time, they did not go to capital building to go to burn the capital building. I don't know what power that get into the men head that you as a worker that you I don't know some young people.
you know
I don't know. I
You
don't
know why
know.
they
I
did
don't
that?
know.
When you continue to engage in violence and there's no action against you, it become a habit. CDC whole mantra was that, oh, they can just do anything and get away with it. That's
No,
why you
no,
see this, they will be on
no,
somebody's
no,
property
no,
for
no,
20
no,
years.
no.
They don't pay rent, and they tell them to leave. They say
I
they
can't.
can't leave.
I
You
come in,
see?
Brazil. I come in. I don't think. I want to strongly believe that. I don't think that the seditions or the Ghanaians who masterminded. I don't think they wanted for the capital building to be burned for some portion to be. But I did not think that they really thought the way the fire damaged that place.
But I hear that now. You get
That
stupid people in there.
yeah.
so yeah, yeah, I said right, and that's exactly what I was about to let it say, right? Their expectation
Aha.
was not at the point that fire that Capitol building caught on fire. That was not an expectation. Maybe they expected something that would just, spoil the entire process that was happening at the Capitol building, but then it went beyond. So now they cannot handle exactly what has happened. And even it comes as an astonishment to them that, oh, but this is not what,
Because
yeah,
because to the extent that they have to airlift two of their office staff who are mainly involved, then that means that this thing got to get this thing was really serious.
Maybe I tell you that it's very serious. It is, oh.
you listen to Safoko after they had interviewed him, let's say after they have questioned him, investigated him,
Yeah.
when he came out from the conference room or the interview room, what did he say? He said, I mean, I cannot quote his exact words, but he said, at least I am free. And the process was transparent. You
But
understand it?
Marvin Cole was asked when he came out, right?
Marvin
This
Cole asked.
Marvin Cole of all people who get mobbed. Even that what I'm telling you. When Marvin Cole came outside, the journalist asked him, say, so the police let you go. He said the police did not free me. He said it was my character.
Yeah.
It was my character that set me free. That tells you that all the 20 men on this, because they thank God on that part of it, that it saved me. Because they were coming catching. And like once when Gregory Coleman said that if this was a political vision, if we're coming arrest Safoko and Marvin Cole, nobody will come and say they may not part of it because that their aggressive nature on Capitol Hill and what they were doing preceding to all the different events that were going on Capitol Hill, locking doors, spraying people and all that stuff. But when those two guys came out, my man, you could see you could see them trembling. You could see relief on those guys' faces that man, like they show them something. That why I keep telling you. For Musa Bedewa, no. Eh? For Musa Bedewa to be quiet on the whole lawmaker thing there, going to court, criminal code A. AB. These guys, they chose the wrong time to do the kind of bad event for Liberia and it's gonna catch up with them. It
And,
is.
and this thing has serious implication on their, character one
No, no,
and
no,
that
no, no.
and
I wanted to say something before you go to that. So when the Ghanaians are found guilty, can they be removed from the House of Representatives?
Of course.
Yeah, so yeah, definitely because they can be impeached, and that is a real cause for their removal. So once they are found guilty, it means they are criminals. It means they have committed crime. And when
And criminal cannot be able to serve in the House of
yeah,
Commons.
You are felon. You are a felon. Felony.
yeah,
So
you are felonious and criminals. So you will not be there to be leading the people. So you can be expelled from the house, and there will be vacancy left in the house there. So
you see Abu losing weight. Maybe Abu Kam Abu Kamara.
Yeah, because my brother been taking in ginger tea, ginger tea, and did not help me. But this crime here, it really helping my brother to lose
Man, oh
in
no,
more weight.
man.
but the first time what happened to the man? And the man, they said the man
The
high
man
blood
pressure went
pressure
up.
went up, and then they rushed him to the hospital.
You want to come back, nothing with your pressure. They say you get a pressure went up.
Yeah,
So
yeah. Someone wanted to say something.
yeah, that's what I was trying to say, that this has serious implication on their character, on their career, and even when it comes to trustworthiness, they cannot be trusted. You understand? It will have a long way to go with them, because this is a modern society we are in. And in this kind of modernized world, you still want to be carrying on the act of hooliganism. It is not acceptable, most especially the caliber of people involved, representatives, people who others went underneath rain, underneath the sun, stood in line to vote for them, to entrust them, say, go and represent us. People trust you for your constituents. Now you went to the Capitol building instead of making laws that will improve the lives of the people. You went to break down the building that was constructed since the 1900s. So imagine that. So how can these people trust you? Even it will go to the extent, though crime is not transferable, right? But it will also affect their relatives, their children. You understand
Yes.
it?
Yeah. Exactly.
If the name comes up like Kufa, oh, who is that Kufa? Is it related to fanatic Kufa? I mean, I'm speaking now
Yeah.
at the point that maybe he is found guilty. Oh, you mean that criminal who burned down the Capitol building? Oh no, no, can't trust this family man. Oh, the name Kamara, comes up, and it say, oh, which Kamara related to Abu Kamara? No, can't trust this person. So these things have serious implication. That's why in this country, when you commit felonious crime, I mean, it's very hard for you to even have a house, good job, and
Hmm.
so forth. So you need to know what to do before taking certain action. And if you are leading people, you should understand the people that you are leading. Most of those people who support CDC, I mean, look at their character, look at their way of understanding, their approach to issue. How do they debate issue? How do they understand things? I mean, you cannot say because you're part of a political institution, so that means that you cannot have your sixth sense. And the sixth sense is the sense of reasoning. So you must have that sense of reasoning, that when someone tells you to say, do this thing, ask yourself, this thing that I'm going to do, what negative effect or positive effect does it have on me? These are the questions you must ask yourself. And you asking that person to do that, you should ask yourself the same question. Why am I telling this man to do this? How will this man do this? Will he do it the way I want him to do it? Will this lead me to certain area? So these are significant questions that you need to ask yourself when you want to take certain action.
Somebody in the chat asking if we are the judge to say these guys are guilty. Nobody is saying somebody is guilty, but when it comes to forensic evidence, the only thing people who are fan of the lawmakers thinking about is, oh, they were not in the capital building to burn the capital, and that's the place you're missing a mark. when it comes to evidence gathering and the charges that they put on people, like I have been to court through some court procedures. The evidence, I mean, the charges is what I am looking at. I'm not looking at just the arson. The arson, those that were on the scene, they already got them. They're the ones that are in jail, where the citizens who are so passionate about their party members, the Gossen men who are talking about Zolizo, all the loud mob that he got. I thought he was gonna be the one collecting funds to go bail those guys, those kids that are already in jail, that they called for burning the capital, actually in the act. But when it comes to the other charges that they got on these guys, you don't have to be a rocket scientist to know that one of these charges is going to catch these guys, because one, you're part of the discussion. You are facilitating. Okay, so just that one evidence can catch all of that are in our chat room, and the government already has won the case to introduce electronic evidence into the case. So we're not discussing the man slamming, the man not slamming case. We're talking here. We're talking about the charges, all the different charges that they put on these guys. A lot of the charges will be proven beyond all reasonable doubt. That's what we're
So,
discussing here.
so Zeze, yeah, you say right. Every crime has elements,
Yo.
and whenever you go to trial, you go for trial. Each of those elements of each crime must be proven. It must be available to say this person committed that crime, right?
Mm-hmm.
So if they charge you for criminal facilitation, that criminal facilitation has elements. So if the elements of criminal facilitation is found directly with your act towards that crime, you can be found guilty.
Mm-hmm.
Though you may not be found guilty for the arson committed,
Awesome. Thank you.
but
That's what I'm
because
saying.
you have facilitated the crime and the elements of facilitation is available, you can be found guilty for criminal facilitation. You can
But
That's
also
why.
be found.
not look at what the other representative said. If I was sitting there in a car and the people were doing the thing, and I did not report it, that my business.
Oh, okay.
But
So that is to tell you that.
Criminal solicitation.
so, let me ask. Wait, I want to ask anybody who's in the comment section. Though I'm not seeing the comments, but I want to ask anybody who's in the comment section. Was Charles Taylor present in
Yes, I
Sierra
do.
Leone
Thank you.
when they were amputating those guys, hands, feet, and so forth? Was Charles Taylor present at that area? No. Why did they charge Charles Taylor for? For
Facilitation.
abetting and aiding.
Abetment. Yeah. Aiding and
You
abetting.
understand?
Facilitation.
He aided,
Solicitation.
he aided the act. He wasn't present,
Your
but
thing has.
because he aided the act, because he abetted the act, so he was found guilty. So people should understand that charges charges come with so many proving. You may not commit the actual crime, however, there are charges that are within the commission of that crime that will still be caught up with you. You may not. That's why in criminal justice, you have how we can call uh felonious crime, and then you have
Misdemeanor.
misdemeanor.
Yeah.
You understand it? So misdemeanor, you could be found, guilty for misdemeanor, and some level of misdemeanor can even be termed as felony, that they can charge you for crime as a felonious criminal.
Yeah.
So,
They can up the charges. Yeah.
so you should understand that one of these charges, not all may be found, within the act of those guys, but some of them will hold them, and they will still face, sentence for them. If they are found guilty, they will still go to jail. So they should understand that there were multiple charges levied against these guys, and one of them will hold them with the evidence that the government has. One of them will hold them. So it does not mean they should be there. They should hold a gallon. They should put the Capitol building on fire before it is proven that they burn it. They burn the Capitol building. No. Once you tell someone do this, it means you are facilitating the process. So you can be held for criminal facilitation. And the criminal facilitation is within. It is one of the charges. You solicited other things. You gave funds to other people to carry on the crime, so they can charge you for solicitation. So I mean, all these things they are found within the charges. So you may say this man will not be found guilty for arson, but he could be found guilty for criminal facilitation. So what would you say?
All
The,
right.
the
Okay.
thing the thing about it, AB, let me just put a little one in.
Okay.
Um, the man say I was in the car. They see me getting from the car. It me a this on it. Also, when you were in the car, you were going to go buy the gas, and you were in the car. You were in the car. You want to go buy the gas.
But you drove.
Yeah,
You were in it.
you were in the car. The gas were in the car. You can you put the man down. They were carrying the car to the Capitol building. So you never knew what you're playing in your chat room. The thing why you're discussing in the chat room. You don't know why you're discussing just because you're in the car and you got down and you didn't do nothing. Let them be there.
They don't understand what they actually talking. The problem with Liberia, right? That's what I said. For me, it will be very hard to be a part of any political institution, whether United Party, CDC, whatever political institution, will be very hard. The reason is I want to have a free mind. When Joseph Barker does something wrong, I want to point out the wrongdoing of Joseph Barker without any cohesion or whatsoever that will stop me from speaking. You understand me? So the thing here is that we should do away with this institutional idea that because this man and we are in the same political institution, so if he does anything wrong, as long as I know that it's wrong, but I want to still back that man, it's wrong. This is about Liberia. It is not about CDC. Many political parties existed prior to this time. Where are they? The political party that brought Doe to power, where is it? The
See,
NPP that brought Taylor to power. Right now, if NPP even puts up a candidate, they cannot win election until they get into collaboration or marriage with other political parties. So that's how it is. So don't kill yourself for political parties. Kill yourself for Liberia. If we are is no longer in the picture, CDC will be losing ground. They will not go anywhere in election.
this is a prime example. AB, let me just do this. Then we can go to the next topic you want to discuss. This should be a caveat to citizens who believe that they were born with CDC, they will die with CDC. There should be a caveat. You see the Edred and the other guy that are in central prison. Why the hierarchy of the CDC will go look for money to bail out the lawmakers and
And
those
not be
guys and those guys are
yeah.
still in central in jail. This video why you play on that little kid talk about police were lost, police were lost. He don't even have sense to think that these same guys that will pump you up. Oh my yeah, when I play, the men are sitting out in central. They went and bail out the lawmakers, and these poor kids are in are in central. There's no way you can fight government as a civilian. When they catch you, they may not come in there. So you are not backing the people when they call for march, we'll go there. A lot of people learning their senses now, just from that particular case that you know what, these guys they don't want to use us and pour in trouble, and then they got the money to free themselves to be walking around while we just spending all the stink people and stink people.
So just to add up to this, right, AB, this is something to tell them that those guys or the political party that they are part of, the people only use them when they want them. By the
Yeah.
time they get whatever they want to get from them, they don't have time for them. So political let's say players, those who are heading political parties, when they in need of certain thing from you, They will come to you, they will convince you. When they get it, they don't know you. They are like some women. Some women can just use men for what that man had. By the time they get what they want to get, they leave you. So you can't kill yourself for politicians. Trust me, though I supported the United Party, but there are so many mistakes that the United Party is making. And I should be bold enough to point them out. So the thing here is that if I want to just be killing myself, oh no, the United Party is this, they are doing everything rightly. I'll be deceiving myself. So one thing that I would always encourage people to do is that you should support Liberia. Don't support political institution. Yes, you can have your interest in them, but when it comes to the reality, put Liberia first and let your political interest be put last.
All right. All right. Let us be able to take this.
The solidarity and trust for New Day or Stand says to the Liberia Council of Churches, you have sold the altar for power and silver. Ladies and gentlemen of the press, fellow citizens, this press conference was called in response to the Liberia Council of Churches' decision to honor Rachel Coon, an act that constitutes a serious moral crime to which a country, Liberia, cannot and will not remain silent. What we are witnessing today is not just a moral failure, it is a national disgrace. The Liberia Council of Churches, once seen as a moral compass of this nation, has chosen to crown corruption and sanctify deception by planning to honor Richard Coon, a man whose speakership is built on electoral fraud, political manipulation, and constitution violations. The Council of Churches has betrayed its sacred duty and the interests of the Liberian state, has betrayed the path to righteousness, it has compromised the dignity of the body of Christ. Richard Coon is no Democrat. He is not a defender of peace or justice, as the Council of Churches want us to believe. He is a product of a broken system. A system is stalled by stolen votes, propped up or supported by stolen wealth, the wealth of the state, and now being rewarded by a compromised clergy wearing clerical robes. In choosing to celebrate this man, the Council of Churches has desecrated its own altar. It has traded the prophetic mantle for political access. It has chosen power over principle. It has not only failed spiritually, it has collapsed morally. Let us be clear, ladies and gentlemen, this is not just an ill-advised decision, it is an act of spiritual treason. These bishops, dressed in robes, but bankrupt in courage, have handed Satan a front seat in the sanctuary. They have insulted the gospel and spat on the legacy of moral leaders like the late Bishop George D. Brown, men who stood for truth, not for tyranny. We are not saying the church is dead. No, far from it. There are still thousands of churches and millions of believers in Liberia and beyond who love righteousness and fear God. But this decision by a few spineless and greedy clerics does not represent the true body of Christ. These are not men of God. They are men of gain. They have exchanged their anointing for access. They are puppets for platforms. And their sacred calling for political envelopes. They do not speak for the Church of Jesus Christ. Don't be mistaken. They speak for themselves and for those who feed or line their pockets. We ask this question, ladies and gentlemen. Would our Lord Jesus Christ honor a man whose rise to power was soaked in lies and corruption? The answer is obvious: never. The Lord Jesus drove the money changers out of the temple. He condemned hypocrisy. He stood with the oppressed. And if the Lord Jesus Christ were with us here today, he would have no doubt stood with us, the people. Stand calls on all faithful Christians, independent.
So to me, do you really think that Mama Molo is saying the right thing in condemning our clergymen in this fashion and manner? Do you really think so,
Let,
Lawrence?
let me say mine. When it comes to the Liberian Council of Churches, for me, it's not even what Mama Molu is saying. Like they have failed the Liberian people with their inaction, and also they are peddling to politicians. When you stand for truth, like the way people like Bishop Michael Francis, Bishop Ronald J. Dix, and the Methodist bishop at that time, they all stood up to Charles Taylor. They stood up for truth and spoke truth to power. But where was Mama Molu when this same council of churches people were laying down honor George Weah feet? He didn't see anything wrong with it at that time. He didn't know that the council of churches was compromised when they were putting holy oil on their head from place to place in the name of the CDC. So he has no moral standing to come condemning the Liberian Council of Churches when his government was in power. The leaders of the Liberian Council of Churches were whining and dining with George Weah while auditors were dying, and they didn't come out to say a thing. You know, when corruption was at its peak. So I mean, he's not a messenger for that message that he's preaching. So everything is just to me he's talking garbage, because you don't have the spine, you know, as a party chairman. You saw your president doing all this corruption, and you didn't even have the spine to resign to make yourself relevant. But then after 6 years of bad governance, that's when you want to act as an advocate. I don't buy a single thing that he's saying over there.
Let me come to you, Lawrence.
Yeah, so yes, in mobile Molu, uh, let's look at when did he say this. And first of all, he said the vote that brought the speaker to that position, I think, was a corrupt vote. How? We should be able to question that. How? So first of all, when that impasse came about in the House of Representative, people claim each side claims speakership. Minority black claim Speaker Kufa as their speaker. Majority black claim Richard Kuhn as their speaker. So after Supreme Court came in and all those, Orly and Pooley, the both of them resigned. Speaker Kufa resigned, Richard Kuhn resigned, and that led to the House having election. And they held election. They voted for a new speaker. Fortunately, Kuhn retained that speakership position. So it wasn't a corrupt vote that brought Kuhn to power, because Kuhn resigned from his position and went for election. Let's say Cooper resigned from his position and allowed Musa Hassan Bility to run for the speakership. So we had two persons running for speakership, and one person was elected. by majority vote, and this person became speaker. So there, I would say Moba Malu lied that it was corrupt vote that brought Speaker Kun to power. If it were prior to maybe the election and Speaker Kun was still, retaining his position as a majority bloc speaker, then we could all agree. But he was voted upon and he won. But my point here is the Liberia Council of Churches, right?
Aha, aha.
They're supposed to be an independent body.
Are they not independent?
I mean, if you are honoring a politician, where is the independence?
You tell me.
Don't they have clergymen, people who are preaching the words of God, people who are winning souls and doing the right thing for Christ?
No,
Don't they have those?
no, no, no. I come, I
I'm
come.
coming. I'm coming, AB. Don't they have those men to honor? Is it only politicians that you will go and honor in your organization when you're supposed to be an independent body to correct the government when the government is going wrong? So what have they said concerning with the issues taking place in the Methodist churches, where the Methodists are they are split. One saying that they cannot accept certain practice, others are saying they can accept certain practice. Those are things the Liberian Church Council of Churches supposed to be addressing. When government goes wrong, they're supposed to be the one to correct, to spiritually and morally correct the government, than to go honor a politician. That's the only problem for me I will have. But to say corrupt both brought Kun to power, I disagree with Moba Malu on that one. And Moba Malu again does not have that spine to speak against the Council of Churches, because they were also honoring the Council of Churches when the Council of Churches was supporting them when they were in power. So I'm saying Council of Churches supposed to be an independent body to run the affair of the churches, correcting government when government goes against its citizens.
For me, I'm looking at it differently because when a member of a council of churches, so a council of churches, there are members. So the member from that council of churches, when you invite Paul Brown and be able to make Paul Brown a father of the year, that is not the council of churches. That is member of the council of churches who decided to do that on his own. But yeah, I can't maintain though. When we're talking about Mobile Care Molu, that's the individual that I am looking at here.
Tell me about it.
When don't you know? Have you people forgotten that Mobile Molu said that when the president at the time on Josh Manawia can sleep with all the girls before he be able to appoint them? It was the same Mobile Molu who said that he was able to shake Barack Obama's hand, and here Barack Obama, they had a meeting in Accra, Ghana. The embassy have to debunk and rebunk that his statement. It was the same Mobile Molu who said that, oh, it was just a lake-up talk. How can this same guy will be able to denigrate, to bomb off our clergymen?
But that what I told you, AB. I want to tell you, Mama Molu is not the person to be coming up condemning people. Where were you? Like if you were somebody of integrity as party chairman, you knew that your president will go out of the country, get money for the country, and come and use it for himself, or he was giving jobs to women just to sleep with them. You should have resigned to set yourself apart as somebody with integrity. But you sat down there, your merry make, took what you could take, you look down upon the poor seditions, you're using the kind of power. Then at the end of the when you are defeated, not only that though, you are campaigning for the same government to get back to power. Okay? But when you got defeated now, then that's when I'm about to say he was an advocate. Are you kidding me? Are you
So
kidding me?
so the laughable part about this,
Man.
the laughable part about this, uh, a partisan of a former ruling party says he established or
Pressure
how we
group.
can call it or social or how we can a progressive group, a group that that is non-political. How how often does Mobile Model talk about the good within this government if he wants to be unbiased in his you know in his advocacy? Because advocacy does not mean you should only speak bad. It means you should be balanced in whatever you say. Take for example, the government does good today. Be a very good advocate to say this government is proceeding the way this government is proceeding is a little bit right, but the other way needs to be corrected.
Thank you.
But all his advocacy, right, is
I
all
just,
about
I just
it,
one sided.
yeah, it's just one sided. It is not balanced. And
You're hungry. Oh. You're hungry.
it's all about promoting CDC. And yeah, it said when people failed in their political career, they look for all means to come back. And that's what Mobile Malu is doing. He's trying to buy public sentiment, right? He's trying to sell himself to the public, but he's doing it the wrong way. And he's also doing it in a way that people will not trust you because you have already damaged yourself prior to this. Imagine you produced a president. On top of that, you started gossiping this president. You started, secretly telling someone or group of people how this president was leading the country. And you knew that this president was not leading the country rightly. So why couldn't you openly say it until you have to be recorded and that recording has to be exposed before before we got to know? So it means he himself was destroying the country because, take for example, United Party produced Ellen Johnson Sirleaf, but at certain point, United Party had the spine to suspend or expel Ellen Johnson Sirleaf
No, no, no,
because
no, 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 no. Before that, woman pay have to resign. Woman pay
yeah.
have to resign.
So no,
Woman
no
pay,
what?
woman
Maybe
pay,
what?
woman pay was appointed as a assistant minister. Woman pay said that he cannot be a party SG or he cannot be party chairman. Then he be appointed as a assistant minister to learn the math. So he
So
resigned.
yeah, so yeah, I say what I'm trying to pop for here is if you are part of a political party and your officials that you have produced in government, like representative and president, when they are doing the wrong thing, you should have that span to correct them. Don't go in secret room to to go gossip, and you were recorded secretly, and that recording was exposed. So it means they knew exactly that George Weah was not leading the country rightly, but none of them could say it. You understand what I'm saying?
Let me tell you where this mobile model guy is a fraud. For me, I let to watch this guy skinny AB. So this guy trying to act like he mobilizing people, right? You go to West Point, and when you go to West Point, walking from West Point, people that are in the market will walk on the road, they can't see, who they coming. With with that little flag they hanging. So they make it take a drone, you zoom that whole picture.
You capture all of them.
Yeah, as if to say they got it. They, as if to say the whole crowd from Western following him coming. Hey, stand. The people come on and say, I say, look at the fraud. Look,
But yeah,
Mama Molu been a fraud from Ghana when you were doing that old pastor thing. People know him from there.
Yeah,
You know,
that's what they said. They say it was acting like
so
a
that day he using, you know, every time he posts picture, I can just look at it, the video. You know why I catch it? The video while you are coming, you know, they put coming on the scene there. When you go low, when the first group fast, there nobody behind the whole play empty. Then I say, see, I say, you see the kind of fraud Mama Morino portraying here that they got people following there. That's what the men are doing. That guy is a
so
fraud.
so
Yeah,
AB,
yeah, yeah.
where that wing AB where that wing will be broken, right? Where they will know that they are actually loosening ground. It is their plain protest. I don't know what they say it's gonna be July 17th.
It's going to be July 17th.
Okay, so that are plain protest. When they see the weight of it, they will definitely know that people are maturing, and it is not all the time Liberians will be like Liberians in 2005. Where they were where they were shot, it was the Nima election. They thought by all of them throwing weight behind either Gonglo where
No, they did
it
not.
means
Other than the natural weight behind Ile
let,
Gonglo well.
I understand they did it hypocritically. Let me say this. They said they were supporting three candidates. How many times did they talk about those two other
Yeah,
candidates?
that's true. Yeah.
All that discussion was about it. So that's why I'm saying by their words and action, they holistically through their support beyond either Congo way. But what happened at the end? She lost. You understand it? And another thing here is this president we have, he is proceeding, though everything is not 100%. But this president is a listening president in a sense that he can take action against his government officials,
The man can.
which is
The, the man took action against his nephew.
yeah,
Against his nephew.
which the CDC government did not have that courage to do. It is what this president is doing. When you are found anywhere near corruption and there are evidence to prove that you are a corrupt person and you're working in the government, he suspends you to go and vindicate yourself through the court process or whatever autonomous agency that is responsible for investigation and send you there, like the LACC. So these are things that we applaud this president of. And away from that, look at the numerous road construction taking place. Imagine Margibi, like one guy was saying, since Liberia was founded or since the war was created, Margibi had not received the development they are receiving now in terms of road infrastructural development.
39
So,
different roads being paved.
huh?
39 different roads in Kakata
Yes,
being
yeah,
paved.
yeah. Either tell now today, yeah. So these are things that we are observing happening. And imagine before this government, or maybe before next year ends, trust me, I am convicted that the southeastern region will be
It'll be.
connected to the rest to,
Yeah, it'll be.
to,
It'll be
to the
yeah.
rest of Liberia. So these are things that people are seeing. The only problem I have with this government, right, is on the persecutional, you know, section wherein they are delaying to persecute people. One,
The
two.
government is not delaying. I don't want to believe that the government is delaying. It has to do with the code. So you only having one code. One.
AB, let me tell you something, right? Lawrence, when you say the government is delaying, if the government was a military government or dictatorship government, most of them men in the NJ. You see that Senior Yo, who is about the 1070 to retire to be retired.
She will be retiring
You
tomorrow.
know that the Samuel 12 case been to the Supreme Court for I don't know how long, but because you know that she about to retire, she about to come. She now put the case on the docket for it to be here. So
Yes,
you saw that scene late. You saw that scene Chief Justice put the Gracious Right case on pause for 9 months, knowing very well that the president had the constitutional power to give an executive order to form a task force. So it's not that the government doesn't want to prosecute these people, but some of the people in the judicial system are there as the bottleneck, and she's one of them. It's so good that she's about to be 70. I can't wait to see
I said
her being
tomorrow.
gone. I
I
can't
Tomorrow.
don't
wait.
know
Tomorrow.
how authentic. I don't know how authentic this is, but I read on Facebook. They said the judge who's about to look into that case, he was under attack.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, they say he was under attack, but when the police came around, those attackers ran away. So I mean, I
That
want to agree.
George are on Funati case. Roosevelt Willie criminal code A.
Yeah. So I want to agree with you with you guys, right? I mean, the justice system. The reason is crime is almost like sickness. The way crime can be committed is not the way it can be resolved.
The only way you
So
can mitigate, all these delay cases is a special court. Once you got a special code, it fast track everything. I think that's what the president will probably be looking at
Yeah.
when he replaces this chief justice here. You form a special criminal,
yeah, the
corruption
economic
code.
code,
Yeah, corruption code. You form a
the corruption code,
special corruption
definitely.
code. All the bugger there. That time you see the asset recovery will start moving faster because
Because of that,
if they die somebody and they go and the thing on Liberia, anybody can go to the Supreme Court. They don't even go through the judicial process to go through the circuit court and
the military code,
and stuff like that. But they carry on some of the lawyer, they run to the Supreme Court to say to go take appeal or to do stay order and stuff. And then you get some of the judiciary people who don't want to do the right thing for Liberia because of their own special interest. They pause the cases there and they get people going scot-free so that the citizen can feel that the government is not doing anything to prosecute, but this government is not going to joke with thieves and people who commit crime. This is the wrong government they're trying it to. I can tell anybody that. The next 6 months from now to December, Moria coming get hot.
and another thing I would encourage the government to do, right, is when there is an agreement ongoing, let that agreement be established and that it is already done, then they announce it to the public. But take for example, like the yellow machine case, right? I mean, it was in the pipeline,
The
and then
government.
they just
The government blown up. The government blown up.
yeah, and then they just openly announced that it's something that can make the citizens to look at the government to be liars. That there are a bunch of liars running the government. So I mean, my advice is every agreement that should be done, let it go through the legal process, and when it is done, when it is settled, then they announce that. I mean, don't look for or don't buy attention from the public or to say you want to score political points. Like the way Joseph Baka put it, the president, he said he's focused on building this country.
That's it.
So the way it is like that, let them be able to settle, reach to final agreement of anything they want to do before they announce it to the public. The reason why I say this, I gave an example of the yellow machine. Then they talk about 288 agricultural equipment to be brought to the country for the agricultural purposes. Now, at least if these things were already on the port or somewhere in the country, then they can announce that. Why, if you announce this between your announcement time and the delivery time, there are obstacles and those things are not delivered the time you show? How would the citizens see you? So we should not be so quick to just announce things that are not yet done. See what is happening to the 285 yellow machines now. The vice president has to go back to go do assessment and all those ones. These are things sometimes that can put a tint image on the government. At the end, some people who trusted the government would start losing trust in the government.
Yeah. So we'll be having guests next week Thursday, next week Tuesday, to come to discuss the LSSC. this is let me just go a little bit into it. This L let me make my banner big. This LSSC, you know, is a very good, is a very good way to make money. And so we'll be having the chairperson from Minnesota chapter for her to be able to be our guest next week, Tuesday. So she can be able to explain to us how to make this money. To tell you joke, I am already benefiting from it. I invested 5,000 and I am clocked in for 3 years. And those 5,000 I am making $154 every day. I'm not going to go squeeze myself. All I'm doing, I just clicking on my phone. Just to click for 4 hours. And then my money, when the 4 hour finish, then my money land into my account. $154 every day from Monday to Friday. So I am lacking for 3 years. So with that, I know that some of our brother they can say, I don't think this is that's just how I was skeptical too. But it is not forced for you to be able to join with 5,000. You can be so it's a scooter business. It's a scooter business that when you put your money into your Coinbase account, yeah, the way the whole thing work. Take for example, for me, I'm banking with West Fargo. So I took 5,000 for out of my account to put it into Coinbase. Then my Coinbase account, then I'm connecting it to LSSC account. Then I'll be able to connect it. Then I will be able to buy the amount of scooters. So currently, I am the owner of 35 scooters for the price of 5,000. 35. So that 35 scooters, it is now with me here in the US. So it is in Hong Kong. So the guy that run the scooter, so the moment I wake up, I'll be able to punch on my phone and then it will run. At the end of the day, I'll be making, at the end of my total year, I'll be making 32,000 just for 1 year. At the end of my whole 3 years, I'll be making 110,000. That is a business that I have invited the woman for her to be able to come here so people can be able to ask questions. So people can be able to ask some questions to her. Because I was just talking to my friend Zize. Zize was telling me that his wife joined, but his wife have not explained it better to him.
No, she told me about it that we should join. But for me, when with all these different Ponzi schemes that go around, here, they pyramid scheme. One time they brought it, other one they say F wind and fire, where you bring 14%, the other person bring 14%. There at the end of the day, you 500 and this and that, and then it turned out to be a boss. All people who brought people on their money the inside, so they kind of think when I hear it. I like to do a deep dive into it before I get involved. But like AB said he's already doing it, and the lady will come here. So I'll be glad when the lady come and explain it. We answer the question that they will clear our doubt and stuff. And then I mean, it's good thing to invest. Like I was telling AB, I mean the paycheck to paycheck. I mean, it can make you comfortable, but that's all it does. It doesn't really give you that extra to be able to do a lot of different things. So
And I,
if you see a legitimate business that you can invest in and it's paying up, so at the end of the month, if they may get his 3,000, he just short 2,000 for the first month. And then the next month he get another 2,000. Then mean that they serve it legit because the man already recoup his 5,000 from there. So once you ask the business question, then
the
I mean
current
it's not a
currently
bad thing to do.
I joined 2 weeks ago. I joined 2 weeks ago. I have made up to present. So the first play I joined, I was able to run on a Friday. So I was able to make my $154 on that Friday.
So you saw it quick.
I saw it. So and not only that, so the whole screw up building, I know the LS as you saw in the flyer, Tim Kevin.
Mm-hmm.
So Kevin is the hair. So you know the Chinese, the opponent in Asia, they are
President India,
very
then I know the India is the world largest population over China. India is
Yeah,
one.
yeah,
a top channel.
Yeah, India is
yeah,
1.4 billion now.
yeah. So like those countries in Asia, people use scooter for transportation.
Quick.
Yeah,
For
so yeah, it's a bit, I mean, it's a good thing. I was told by one of my friends, and she tried, explaining that to me, and I listened to her. Sometimes you have to take into consideration the legality back in these states, because this country we in is a country of law. So
hmm
yeah, so I mean, she tried explaining that to me, and we set a day that she could call and explain, but that day she did not. So it will be a good thing if this lady who you are talking about comes online and be
yeah,
able to explain that better. However, I will wait until next year after tax return. If there's no noise behind all those things, then I may try to join. But
you want
I,
for able to make 36,000 before you know it.
no, I mean, no, it is not that. But ain't no Uncle Sam is around the corner, and
Oh yeah.
sometimes ain't no those things are attached to it. If they are legit, it means there must be taxes deducted for your money.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah, actually.
There are tax. So and out of discussion, I asked, because I don't want for me to be implicated by anything. In a country, I now want for anything to be on my record. So like for the tax issue, the woman will come here. You will hear from the woman mouth. But for me, I strongly believe that this business is a legit business, because number one, they are legal in the US. They are not illegal. They are not talking behind closed door. And then when you join every Saturday and Sunday, they have a raffle draw. Wherein you can be able to go on to
Yeah,
the app
before the lady come, I'll try to do my own research on it.
you
So
know
Yeah.
yeah.
So
So
yeah. So I mean, like I said, it is a good thing, but I will wait until tax return.
it's always
And
good, and this is the thing that we sit down, we say, oh, the white people, I, the white people want to know information that is actually profitable, like they share it
among
among
themselves,
themselves.
yeah.
yeah,
So
sure.
if this is legit and is a registered business in the U.S. and like you said, it's rare in populated cities, especially in Asia, because that's the mode of transportation that they got. Like here, one get a big car and pass
Yeah, you want
by.
to
The project we got soon the money pool. What they doing? They get on that thing there.
just put that back. I watched the video.
They go pack it. So it won't be a bad thing for her to come and expose
And
it to the Liberian community. and people who want to invest, can take the opportunity to do that.
Yeah,
That's extra income.
yeah. There's gonna 22nd. They hosted a program in Minnesota here, and the programs. I will play some of the recording. Like it was jam packed. It was jam packed to the extent. White people, black people, especially Nigerians, especially Liberians, they were all trooping in because they
Investment is a
want.
risk.
Yeah,
Look,
it's
everything about life is a risk, though.
Hmm.
But something in criminal justice called the white collar crime. The
Oh yeah.
white, yeah, the
Why
white,
Ponzi scheme? That is a Ponzi scheme. Yeah,
yeah,
Ponzi.
yeah, the white collar crime. It can appear like you would think that the business is actually legit. They will show you all documents and so forth, convinced you. Even there will be big people who are working in government hands that will be within those businesses, but in actuality, it may not be as what you think. So I'm not trying to discourage anybody, but sometimes you need to know these things and be able to ask some
yeah.
deeper questions and be able to to know what you are getting into and how you can go about getting into that. So it is a good thing to invest the money. However, you should know how you are investing your money and where you are investing your money.
All
But
right. Okay.
when a lady comes, it will be a good thing for us to hear from her.
All
But
right.
Mhm.
Okay.
I will wait for tax return.
Okay. All right. Lawrence, your closing statement.
Yeah, like I said, I want to appreciate you, Abby, by accepting me on your show. One of the questions I want to ask you: what is abrac? How you call the show?
Abraka Talk Show.
Abraka.
Abraca talk show. What the word abraca mean?
We'll be able to discuss that behind the scene.
Okay, I kept thinking on that abraca talk show. So yeah, but it is a good thing, and I want to encourage all Liberians, despite of which political party you support. The best political party to support is Liberia. And when people commit crime, we should give the justice system chance to work, though it can sometimes appear to be like it is slow, but justice will still be done. The way crimes can be committed, it is not the way crimes can be resolved. On the flip
Thank you.
side, the way sickness can come on you, it is not the way sickness can leave you. So I want to say thank you, and I'm happy of being part of this show.
Okay. Love come to you, Brother Zay.
Yeah. Again, thank you for hosting us. Thanks to the audience with their interaction with us. Liberia is the only country that we have. I want to say thank you to President Boakai for the way he's proceeding. Everywhere you turn in the arrest agenda, all of the letters in the arrest, like if you go to agriculture, there's massive progress going on. You go to roads, you can see that. The rule of law, we see lawmakers going in and out of court. You see indictments coming for people. Suspension of corrupt officials in government. You see the education. The education minister is doing her thing. You go to health. Most of the almost all of the hospitals got medication, and there's no complaint about people going to hospital and they don't have treatment. You go to the sanitation, even though the MCC or the PCC are challenged, they still try to clean the city. And as compared to the previous government, the way really used to be looking, you know, things are moving gradually, and that is what you call a government that is trying to work for the people. So I just say thank you. I hope the government can continue to work for the Liberian people, and that our brothers and sisters will be able to get jobs as the government is working on roads and electricity, because those I think those are the two main things that can spread economic growth. So Thank you, Evie, and we look forward to being here again.
Thank you.
Yeah.
On that note, this is how we'd like to come to the end of the Manelson Abraka Talk Show.
Yes, understand. I'm J-Bone Jello.
Let me recognize three individuals here before we take a leave. Roofland, thank you for that beautiful statement. Eugene Aaron, thank you. My friend and brother Tenwan and Java, thank you so much for that beautiful comments. Clara Musu, thank you so much. Bill William, thank you. Thank you. And Roberto O'Connor Morgan, thank you so much. This is how we'll let to come to the very end of the Manelson Abraka Talk Show. This music, I don't have a copyright to this music. Yeah,